holidays, gifts, and resolutions. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the podcast of The Ordinary Maverick. This is Ajay, your host, an ordinary maverick, sharing real life thoughts and experiences and maverick tips. If you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, please do so, and you will not miss another episode. It's the holiday season. Fellow Mavericks, hoping you all are also in the holiday mood and preparing to switch off a bit. It's funny how the holiday fever catches on. Everywhere you turn, there's a festive feel. People are more relaxed, work is on the back burner, and most importantly, there is a strong feeling of hope, of joy, and expectation. Over the years, I've seen the success of marketing. Coming from a marketing background myself, nothing can beat the power of a good campaign, and over the years, the marketing of the festive season is one of the biggest global successful campaign. Hope you agree with me. When I was a child, we didn't quite have all this fuss about the different festivals, and yes, we celebrated New Year and got together, had parties, etc., but nothing at the scale at which one sees today. But it's good. Let's enjoy this global massive party and ring in the new year together. As we bid goodbye to 2021 in less than a week, I'm going through, mixed feelings. Glad that this year is done. My goodness, we actually got through another year of the pandemic. It was a tough one though, with many difficult periods. We lost many near and dear ones, and my thoughts are with the families for whom life will never be the same again. But we shall remember 2021 as a year where we all became medicos of sorts. Never before have we all Googled science so much and taken crash courses in virology and types of vaccine and how essential oxygen is to life. Think about it. Who knew so much about oxygen and the equipment, as well as how many liters one needs to take and what are the alarm signs? Gosh, everyone you know and you spoke so knowledgeably about the management of COVID and the prognosis, quoting, "Oh, now the oxygen is at 2 liters per minute," which is a good sign, right? Just think about it. Did we ever know about oxygen? And we are buying oxygen cylinders and concentrators as backup and keeping them at home. Or even buying them online and having them sent to parents and elderly relatives and the extended family. 2021 and the pandemic changed it all. We also got to know about the viruses so well. Understanding genotypes, variants, mutations, spike proteins, antibodies, RT-PCR tests, different types of vaccines. It was just something, right? So now we reach the end of this eventful year and we are looking forward to a new year. There's just something about the new year. It comes each year, yes, and every year we look forward to new beginnings with hope and loads of expectation. While that's good and very important, I would like to bring out another thought. Take one whole day in this holiday period and spend it on reflection. Now, what do I mean? For some reason, we get so caught up in the festivities, catching up, gifting and receiving presents that we forget ourselves. And we forget to experience the magic of our lives, our achievements, the wins, small and big, and celebrate these. How many of us do this? Sadly, very few. It's such a monetary world. And with marketing and the frenzy all around us, it's easy to just slip into that mode. Buying gifts gives as much pleasure as receiving them. But here is a thought. Why not gift experiences? We recently did another big move across countries. And each time we do a move, we are amazed at what all we have accumulated in such short periods of time. Some things we have bought and some things we were gifted. Nevertheless, it all results in being surrounded by stuff, and it got us thinking. Going forward, we are thinking to gift edible items or then experiences. We have started doing that by taking fruits, home baked bread, or a painting, something that we have made ourselves. And believe me, it gave us and the receiver so much joy. And gifting experiences? Well, that's another area that's growing in popularity. But it wasn't always so. I remember almost 15 years back, we changed the Christmas gift giving to experience giving in our home. We lived in the US for some time when our girls were little and enjoyed the Christmas festivities, including putting up the Christmas tree, going along with Santa and presents, the whole story. It was a lot of fun. We kept a glass of milk and cookies for Santa on Christmas Eve and then flooded the bottom of the tree with gifts, keeping the glass half full and cookie crumbles the next morning to show our girls that Santa indeed did come and brought gifts and he had milk and loved the cookies. Although a younger one once asked us, how come Santa has so much milk and cookies? As all her friends in the kindergarten exchanged notes and found that Santa did the very same thing in their houses too. The innocence of childhood. There's another story here, but let me complete our first experience giving with our girls. So yes, after several years of gifts under the tree and all of that, one year we transitioned into the experience giving. We didn't put gifts under the tree. Instead, we put letters for each of the girls. And each of the letter we gifted them experiences with choices. Like a lunch date with dad, choose whatever you would like to do on one Sunday, a movie date of your choice, a shopping trip with mom, order in your food, different activities and fun things. Well, the reaction was, what? Rolling of the eyes and, where are our presents? And lot of expressions of disappointment. It was, something to do with expectations, I guess. The build-up of expectations with gifts is exciting by itself, and then to get a letter with a list full of activities, well, not quite what you were expecting, right? But then the girls settled down, and slowly they started enjoying and cashing these experiences. Throughout the year, they would pull out a choice and then enjoy it thoroughly. And we enjoyed seeing them enjoy it as well. And then that set the tone. We started gifting these experiences for different occasions and have never ever looked back. So let me share the other story that I mentioned earlier. It's about my younger one and her kindergarten friends. This was when, we were living in the US. Each day, my wife went to pick up our daughter from a school, just like other parents picked up their kids. One day, the kids were being taught about the world, and the teacher had a globe in her hand and was showing the kids the different countries and places. As the class had kids from different countries, the teacher was showing those cities to the class. For our daughter, she showed Mumbai, India, and showed how it was across the oceans in another continent and said that's where her home is. One little girl raised her hand and said, "Oh goodness, that's a mighty long way for a mom to come each day to pick her up from school." Rightly so, the little girl thought that was where we lived and got to school on time every day. We always remember that story, and it never fails to bring a smile to our faces. So take the time, fellow Mavericks, during this holiday season to recount some memories. Smile a little, laugh a lot, just relive some of the best moments in your life. And of course, resolutions. This time of the year is also the time for New Year resolutions. Typically, we find people concentrating on the physical appearance, lose weight, look good, etc., etc. We also have resolutions like healthy eating, exercising, all focusing on the physical aspect. Well, let's challenge ourselves this time. Let's make some resolutions on keeping aside whole day for ourselves. Perhaps a quarterly check-in, a celebration of magic of our lives where we just focus on what went right. Believe me, it's important for our mental well-being. We are going to do it. And fellow Mavericks, I would love to exchange notes on how this went. So make sure you take notes and we shall compare in 2022. Watch this space. We will share more on how we go about this. Well, let me end by wishing everyone happy holidays. Oh yes, here's a small info note. Any ideas why we say happy holidays? Well, there's a lot of debate out there and different opinions. But yes, there are many holidays across different religions and faiths in December and January. There's Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Boxing Day, Three Kings Day, the winter solstice, to name a few. And of course, it's also the end of a calendar year. Saying happy holidays is more inclusive and is slowly becoming the norm worldwide. So here's wishing all my fellow Mavericks happy holidays. I remain ever grateful for your love and support and for another successful year as the ordinary Maverick. I do believe it's Ubuntu, the African phrase, I am because we are. Write in your comments, share your feedback. I would love to hear from you. This is Ajay signing off in 2021 and wishing you have an amazing day. Keep well, stay safe.